Welcome back, everyone. Timothy Little back here with you. We're going to be taking a look at another Sega Game Gear game. And this one, to be quite honest with you, hits a little bit close to home because it's my hometown, Chicago, and a game called the Chicago Syndicate. And, oh god, it's that loud. You have to turn down the volume on that thing. I love these old Sega games, you know, these Game Gear games that just have that epic music. You know, you can't turn it off, man. That's so addicting, especially when they blast it right in your ear. You can't resist. Yeah. Anyway, this game was out, as it says, 1995. I don't know, only out for the Sega Game Gear. Didn't get great reviews, mediocre reviews at best. So let me go ahead and first tell you the story. Okay, training, whatever, yeah. Let me first tell you the story. You're supposedly, I believe the name of your character is Larson, okay? And that's the guy that they showed on the first screen there, okay? And basically, you had someone tried to kill you, apparently, in the 1920s, the Prohibition era. Prohibition worked really well, right? But anyway, that aside, someone tried to kill you, and after that, you turn around. You're originally a mobster, a mafia guy, a gangster, as they say, an original gangster. And you turn around and you become essentially, quote unquote, a good guy, in that you try to now go after and capture these mobsters. You know, presumably to stop corruption and violence in the city of Chicago, if that's at all possible. I don't think it's possible today, but nevertheless, that is the game. So you're supposed to go around and stop the violence and corruption in the great city of Chicago. All right, let's see what the hell we got here. You've got 1 year to clean up. Oh, man! Are you kidding? 1 year? I'm going to need at least 10, buddy. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, looks like an empty cabinet. Okay. Empty cabinet, check. Let's see what the hell else we got here. Oh, Chicago, that's cool. Okay, so I got a whole map of the city here. Where do I want to go? Little Village, named after me and Tim Little. The old Union Stockyard, that's a pretty cool place. My parents, they love checking that out. The Hyde Park, of course. Chinatown. Oh, I see. You just walk over there. That's cool. You select it by walking. Old Town or the Loop. Let's go to the Loop. I think that's my favorite part of the city. I like getting off it. I like exploring Clark and Lake. Gee, what else am I supposed to do? Okay, apparently I'm in the office. Okay. I was wondering what the heck was going on there. Okay, apparently these are the suspects here. Okay. Are those wanted? Flynn O'Connell. Okay, that's one. Now what do we got here? Looks like some sort of award that you be presented at some sort of fundraiser. I don't know what the heck that is. Okay, keep going. Moving right along. I can't seem to get past here for some reason. See, I'm hitting start. I'm hitting all the buttons, and nothing seems to work. Oh, here we go. Okay. This kind of reminds me of Dick Tracy a little bit. If you're familiar with the game Dick Tracy, that was out on the Amstrad CPC, the NES, and a couple other systems, I believe, back in the 80s. Okay, now I was reading from Wikipedia. Let me just set the record straight. This guy's got like 60 different moves, fighting moves, okay? Or, I'm sorry, 60 different weapons and like 15 fighting moves. Now I'm trying to figure them all out. Alright. That lady up there's having a seizure, so I can't really do much there. Okay. Fight! Fight! Fight, Larson! Kick some Chicago ass. What the heck is he doing? Oh, there you go. I got him to punch her. Okay. Oh, I see. She's got like a health bar or something. I gotta just run that all the way down. Okay. This kind of looks like the stockyards, actually. I'm not sure how I selected that. I was just mashing buttons at that map screen. Yeah, guys. So, yeah, nothing too special. I mean, I picked this just because it had the Chicago name in it, but, I mean, anyone that lives in Chicago knows that, first of all, you can't even fight the Syndicate. What? I don't know why you'd even want to try fighting the Syndicate. You can't fight City Hall, you can't fight the Syndicate, and you can't fight crime. You certainly can't fight crime. And, I mean, is this really the way you fight crime? You go around doing a bunch of ballerina-like dances, and somehow justify that as you know, somehow justify that as legitimate fighting moves? Makes no sense. Well, that explains the mediocre reviews. Okay, I know how to kick. That's good. Okay, yeah, look at that. How cool. How cool am I? Kicking. I mean, is this really the idea of fighting crime? Rest in peace. 1884 to 1920. Okay, and that's how the game ends, guys. That's it. Larson Tyler got his lights punched out, and Chicago is still violent, and that's the way it is. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't even know about this game. I was just poking around the ROM site. You know, I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog the other day on Game Gear. It looks really good, and that's really. I mean, I've reviewed a bunch of these Game Gear games. I've done maybe like 4 or 5 of them at least. Yeah, and they're not. I don't know. They're just not obviously the Sonic caliber. But this game makes absolutely no sense. I mean, at least some of the other games I played, like I played Ren and Stimpy last year, about a year and a half ago. And at least that game, based on a kid's cartoon, at least that game was a lot easier to play and made a hell of a lot more sense than this game. There's just nothing. I mean, unless if you really like Chicago history, I guess maybe. But even then, they don't really portray everything as best as they probably could. And where am I at now? Like the Union Stockyards or something? Okay, and I mean, it's not easy. I mean, it's not. Excuse me. It's not hard to play. I mean, the controls are actually pretty straightforward. I know how to kick. I programmed the left analog button to kick. You know, but that's just because of the emulator. That's just because the controller is so easy to program on the emulator. But I don't know how it would be on the original console. There's no guarantee that this would necessarily be easy to play on an original console. But again, you're just doing things for no reason. I mean, look at those graphics. I mean, come on. You can't even show the guy's face. I mean, come on. And the way he moves, no sense. I don't even know when I get a gun in this game. Yeah. So I would go ahead and recommend this game for a good laugh, especially if you live in Chicago and like talking about Al Capone and the 1920s and Prohibition and all that stuff. Go ahead, pick this up for a good laugh. Otherwise, this is going to get a solid goose egg. Zippo out of 5. See you guys in a few minutes here. Well, I don't know. Couple minutes, hours, days. I don't know what's time anymore. But yeah, I'm probably going to be putting up a couple more reviews sometime the next week. That's a fair assumption to make. More Game Gear reviews coming up soon, guys. And as always, stay tuned for more GTA 5 videos. I'm about halfway done with that game. So as always, thanks for your support. And that'll be all. Timothy Little signing off. Stay out of the Chicago Syndicate.